Okay, campers, the story I'm telling you tonight is true. I know because my best friend Sally told me, and she would never lie. Once upon a time, deep in these very woods, a girl went camping with her family just a few trees down from here. She brought her favorite pair of socks, and one night, she couldn't find one of them. It was dark, but she decided to look for it anyways, thinking maybe it was just dropped somewhere down the trail. It wasn't until she had walked a ways away from the tent that she had realized she had forgotten a flashlight. She thought it would be easy to find her way back, but somehow the trees were no longer familiar, and the night seemed to hide anything resembling her tent. She shuffled in the dirt and grass, searching for a sign of her parents. All of a sudden, the leaves rustled nearby. She hoped it was her mother or father, but when she called out for them, the rustling went silent. All she could hear was the pounding of her heartbeat and penetrating the dead of night. She knew she was no longer alone, and with fear clogging her throat, she remembered something her mother had told her. Stay strong. Stepping as quickly as she could, she tried to sneak away from whatever it was rustling in the trees next to her, but the sound under her feet was all it took. It was not just rustling she could hear now, but the heavy breath of the monster who had found her in his forest. Her steps quickly became desperate launches into the darkness as she ran aimlessly away from his grasp. Directionless, her thumping feet were followed by louder stomping behind her and a breath that grew heavier and closer. Stumbling on a branch, she plummeted to the ground, and before she could help herself up, he had taken hold. She felt arms press into her sides. She was swept from the dirt. The monster ran with its claws over her mouth and eyes. She could not see, she could not scream, and she could not escape. It pulled her into its cave, and the first thing she saw was herself in the mirror. The monster crept from out the edges of the cave, revealing its own face. Just then, she spotted the sock she had been missing. She stared and held her breath for what was to come. Anyways, no one really knows what happens after that, but she was never seen again. Okay, good night, kids. Don't let the bed bugs bite.